Hello, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Best Self Weekly podcast. I'm your host, Hunter. Very excited for this one. Happy Friday to everybody out there. Um, Today, what we're going to be talking about is a self-improvement principle, specifically something to strengthen your mindset, something that will help you get on the right path to maybe finding more meaning in your life, maybe finding your personal purpose, maybe just finding more fulfillment, mainly more clarity in your life. And it's something that's helped me, and I've learned it from a self-help book that I really love. Shout out Lewis Holmes. But we're gonna get right into it today. And if it's the first time listening, we do three types of episodes. Sometimes I'll get on here solo. Sometimes I'll have a special guest, and we also have a co-host named Jamal, who will also come on here. And it might just be me and him. But today I'm hopping on here solo and just getting an episode out. And yeah, and we focus on simply being the best version of yourself every single day. And anything related to being that best version of yourself, whether it's health, sales, entrepreneurship, fitness, whatever it may be, sales. That's what we talk about here on this podcast. And I'm excited to hop up on here and do a quick, maybe 10-minute episode. That's the goal. So, guys, if you're struggling to find more direction, you need more clarity in your life, you just simply want to have more fulfillment, think of these things that I'm going to tell you and try to, ponder about them and put them into practice. So it's really related to finding your meaningful mission in your life. And I feel like it comes down to this: finding your sweet spot, finding your in. So finding your in or your sweet spot in your life. In other words, maybe finding your purpose. And I feel like the number one thing for that is sitting with yourself and figuring out your strengths. Number one thing, think of your strengths. What am I good at? And if you don't know, I highly suggest to ask one of your loved ones, ask one of your family members, someone you're close with, your spouse, whoever. Say, hey, what am I good at? And just listen to what they say. And then also just take time to yourself to reflect on what are you good at. And the book that I'm talking about, the man was trying to figure out what he was good at. And he realized that he was good at asking questions, at interviewing people. And he went on to, start his own podcast, to start his own community into coaching and so on and so forth. But he figured out and identified that he was good at asking questions on a one-on-one situation, which really is most of the time a podcast interview. So, what are you good at? Just really ponder to yourself and think, what are my strengths? And that is the very first part. And I feel like the second part is your passions. What am I passionate about? What energizes me? What energizes me when I get up in the morning? What lights a fire under me? What excites me? What gives me a new wave of energy when I think about it, when I do it? Is it health? Is it something to do with fitness? Is it business? Is it, starting your own business? What niche is it? Is it, I don't know, whatever niche it may be. It could be, like I said earlier, health, fitness, something to do with the music industry. There's so many niches and industries. Is it tech? I don't know, crypto. What are you passionate about? What are your passions? So the second thing is passions, right? And the first thing is strengths. So combine your strengths and your passions. And the very third thing is find a need or find a problem out there in the world and think of how you can help and bring value to those people who have problems with those problems. For example, with me, I'm fascinated with the mindset and self-improvement. And I know for myself 100% that there is a big need to talk about self-improvement and help others with their mindset, right? We're living in a freaking spiritual war right now, and things are crazy. There's a huge need for someone to help people of my age and just anyone with their mindset. So that's what gets me going. That's my fire. That's what excites me. And I haven't been able to identify that there was a problem, a big need. It's a problem because a lot of people struggle with their mindset. There's a lot of people struggling with mental things that are holding them back that they need to overcome, right? ADHD, depression, anxiety, you name it, loneliness. There's an epidemic of loneliness right now in the world, and ever since COVID, so many problems. mentally and physically as well. I love fitness, and I was a personal trainer for a while. And there's obviously a huge problem. There's a big need for personal trainers. And so what I'm trying to say is three things. Number one, identify your strengths. Sit with yourself. Ask your loved ones, what are my strengths? What do you think I'm honestly good at and why? And then your passions. What am I passionate about? What are my passions? What energizes me? And the third thing is find a need, find a problem into an industry, and that is going to give you conviction. But the thing is that not all the time you're going to be able to just figure out exactly what the problem is, right? I had to learn about mindset, and it took me a couple of years before I really wanted to take a stab and dive into it. So it could take you 5 to 10 years or even more. Luckily, I was able to find it really quick. But just know you have to be patient. Just, you don't need to know the how to, right? Just start. Just know your why. And as you start, if you don't know what the heck you want to do with your life, just think of what are you most passionate about and see what you're led to. For me, it was getting into fitness, and then fitness led me more to the mental and mindset things of everything. And I found out that the mindset really, I'm way more passionate about it. It excites me a lot more than just your regular fitness person. So please do those three things. If you're trying to find your own meaningful mission, if you're trying to find more purpose in your life, if you are trying to find more clarity, more drive. Shout out to Lewis Holmes. I learned a lot of this stuff from his book, The Greatest Mindset. Another thing I wanted to go over with you guys is a communication trick. And, it's actually, there's a stat, and 80% of people during first impressions remember what you look like before even speaking, in your physical presence before your lips, and I wanted to specifically talk about this because it's to do with communication sales, which is relationships and business and entrepreneurship. So what I'm trying to say is that first impressions, when they happen, 80% of the time people remember your looks or how you carry yourself. Not, it's only 20% of what you actually say. So with that being said, that includes your posture, smiling, looking good physically, what you wear, and so on and so forth. So in order to make a good first impression, it's not always all about saying the right things. That can be stressful sometimes. More importantly, people are going to remember how your body moves, your posture, your energy. 80% of the time they remember it versus what you actually say. So with that being said, it's very important to be intentional how we carry ourselves, how we shake someone's hand, what we wear, if we shave our face, what we put on our face, if we get haircuts, if whatever, I can keep going on and on. But I just want to throw that out there too, because this is a show that talks about sales and entrepreneurship as well. So think of that. If you feel like you're networking and it's all this pressure to make a good first impression, just know that it's not always about what you say. It's very important about what you say, and there's things you can say and how you can say them that will make people remember you 100%. But, before your lips even move, your body speaks. And that's the point I wanted to make with everybody listening today. Let it inspire you to dress nicer. Let it inspire you to carry yourself in a more meaningful, sophisticated way, so to say. Not saying you have to be, like the Monopoly guy, like Ace Ventura says in his movie, and all fancy and stuff. No, it's not what I'm saying. Just carry yourself well. If you're a man, shave your face or trim up your beard once in a while, especially for these, networking events, if that's what it is. But guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Those are two quick segments I wanted to do on today's show. The invitation today is actually two of them. Number one, remember that people will remember 80% of how your body looks, how your posture is before speaking. So, first impressions, take care. The invitation is take care of yourself, make yourself more presentable, take pride in it. And number two, going back to the strengths, the passion, and the problem, to ask yourself simply, what are my strengths? And then what am I passionate about? And then thinking and pondering to yourself, what problem out there is people of my age facing? After everything I've been through and everything I've overcome, what type of problem is that? And How can I help other people with that? And then just start there and just simply start it and see where you end up. So that's today's episode, everybody. I just want to let you know that being the best version of yourself is 100% addictive. It's so fun. I hope everybody can just keep going or start your journey to being your best self every single day. This has been another episode of the Best Self Weekly podcast. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope everybody has a blessed weekend, a blessed Friday, and you can stay safe tonight. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited for this big college football game tonight. We got Texas versus Ohio State. If you listen to the last episode, I actually called the score of the Notre Dame and the Penn State game. I called it that it was going to be 27-24 and somehow got it right, which was kind of funny. But everybody, please be the best version of yourself. We'll catch you on another episode soon and have a great night.